This morning's water communion ritual is both the same tradition we do every single year and also a brand new way and place and name and people here in this space. So I want to take just a few minutes to lift some of that up, because this has been a year of transformation for this congregation. Some of it you have taken the time to intentionally move into, such as choosing a new name of Merging Waters. You took so much time, in fact, that by the end of it, many of you were done and over with the process. I have watched some of those videos. Then you had other changes, like Reverend Laura leaving, that were unanticipated. And I'm sure many of you still ache in your hearts and remember last year when she was here with you pouring these waters together. Much of today's service was pulled in from what she did last year, to remind you that even though she isn't your minister anymore, her impact and her ministry with you all continue into this place. And even though this community has moved its space and its location from a building you once owned to a community center, to another congregation, UU congregation space, to now being here in United Church of Christ, New Brighton's building, even through all of those shifting spaces, the heart of this community has stayed together. The love that you feel for one another and the passion that you bring to being together is still the heart of what it means to be a part of this body of people. We talk about Higgins this morning as a lone drop, a drop in the bucket. And it reminds us of why we do community together. We are Higgins, and sometimes it can feel too lonely out there trying to bring our dreams to life. We need one another. We need one another in remembering our past and those who have come before. We need one another in holding both the joys and sorrows of this life. And we need one another to create a world that is more equitable, more compassionate, more filled with justice. And that is why we join back together and why we celebrate this ritual every year of our waters merging. That this time we travel together as a community and flow as a river with one another brings us a deeper meaning to our lives, brings us a sense of purpose and belonging. So with all of that in mind, the past, the present, and the future, I would like to invite you into our water communion ceremony this morning. If you've not been with us before for this, we take time to bring a water and share it and join it all together into a bowl. Some of you may have your own containers of water that you've brought this morning that are either representative of the experiences you've had over the summer, or some of them may actually have come from places that you have been. So I invite you to come forward and join our waters by pouring a little bit into this communal bowl. If you have not brought waters, no worries, we have a pitcher of symbolic water that can be whatever kind of water you would like it to be. This morning in the bowl already, there is a little bit of water that is symbolic water, because I haven't found the water from last year yet. I'm sure it's hiding somewhere. If you know where it is, please let me know. But at the end of this service, we will take the water that we have shared and joined together, and we will bless it during the service. And then we will boil that water, since we don't know where it's coming from and what it might contain. And then that water will be available to use for blessings throughout the year, and to remind us that when we come together as community, we don't come from nowhere. We come with a past, with a history that we add to rather than starting anew.